Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome everyone to the fifth lesson. And so today we are going to, as usual, we do a bit of a recap of recognizing verbs. Okay, just a few minutes so that we can remember what we did last time. And then we'll go into, so normally in the normal Arabic lesson, what happens is that they go into very detail into each word of the Arabic word, right? To figure out what is this rafa, is this nasab, and then they go into gender, they go into all sorts of, each word. And to me, I thought that was really, really good, but at the same time, it's also very, very heavy. So people get turned off a little bit. So instead of going from each word, building the sentence, right? I'm going to go from top down. In other words, let's take a look at the sentence overall. And then whatever interests us in the word, we'll study the word and how it changes. I thought maybe that's a better way of approaching. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But so my approach is a little different from how the traditional way that the Arabic has been taught, with the type of words and things like that. So we'll do that. We'll try that approach and see how that goes, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So let's start with a quick. I'm gonna bring my let's see, let me get my, of course, the Quran up, and then we can take a look at some examples, and then we'll try. So what we did last time was we tried to recognize verbs, right, in the Quran, and then from there we know the ism, we know the harf, we know the fi'l. So at least we can take a look at the Quran and read it and kind of understand at least which words are which ones. And then we can start translating it using the dictionary. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go into this version, and we're looking at Al-Baqarah right now. And I'm just going to pick one. Let me see. Just pick anyone. I think it doesn't matter as long as we can. And we have our teacher to help us here, inshallah. So okay, so here we go. So let's start with ayat number 15. Okay, so let's see if you can remember. Does somebody can do a quick recap? How do you spot a verb? So what's the first rule to spot a verb? Quick recap. You guys remember? First one, of course, if it's not a noun, right, and it's not a harf, it's most likely a verb. Okay, that's the first rule, right? So if it's, and we know what the noun is. It's got alif lam, it's got the tanween, remember that? It's got harf and jar before it, right? So we know it's a noun. Okay, and harf we kind of know, ala, min, fi. So those are not isim, they're noun, sorry, they're harf. So they're not fi'l. Okay. Everything else, most likely is going to be fi'l. We got that? So that's the first rule. Let's try that. Okay, what's another rule that we learned from the last lesson? How do you know most likely by looking at the word it's a fi'l? What do we learn? What do you remember what did we write in the notes? You remember the notes? Anyone? Maybe our teacher Abdurrahman can help us out here.
The first thing is I'll make sure it does not have alif and lam, so it's not a noun.
Yeah.
After that, I'll look for something that starts with a ya or ta or yal'abu, all of these kind of verbs, or I don't know, or maybe like a 3 letters word.
Okay, you already got that? So if it's not a isim, it's not a harf, and it starts with a ya or a ta, or what's another common letter?
Is it noon, hamza?
Yes, very good, Brother Zakab. Yes, if it starts with the noon, these are the letters. You're looking for a ya, a ta, a noon, possibly, right? So and what did we learn about? This is extra. You don't have to remember this, but it should be in your notes. If it starts with a ya, right? Remember, what do we say about verbs? That's special about Arabic verbs. That's not in English or many other languages. What is special about the Arabic verb?
Male and female, like gender-based.
Very
Like,
good. It's got gender. Okay, what else? There's one more. What's special about the verb?
like every fill is a sentence in its own.
Yes, every
And
fi'l is a
doer
sentence by itself. Okay, which means that it has what? Because it's a sentence, what does it have?
it has a doer in itself, like
It
hidden.
has an inside doer. Very good. Okay, so that's it has an inside doer. What I mean by an inside doer is that because it's a sentence like you say, I am riding a bicycle, right? So, or I rode a bicycle. So in Arabic, the riding has an I in it already. Okay, she caught some fish, for example. So caught has a she in it in Arabic. Okay. Now, how do we recognize that inside doer? So one of the way we recognize the inside doer is that first letter. So for example, when you say it starts with a ya, it's a he, right? When it starts with a ya, that means it's he did that, or he is doing that. Okay. If it starts with a ta, most likely what?
She.
It's a she that's doing it. Very good. It's a she that's doing it. All right. If it starts with the noon, what is it? Most likely.
Plural, we.
Yes, very good. And noon means it's a we. That's it. Very good. Okay. Now, knowing that, now we got the background. We got a quick recap background. Let's find one. Okay. So ayat number 15. Do you see that ayat number 15 there? Okay. What's the first verb do you see there? First verb. My wife just whispered the word.
Yastahzi'u.
Yastahzi'u. Very good. Okay. Yastahzi'u. Okay. So what's the inside doer there? Is it a he, she?
He.
Yeah.
He, okay? Yastahzi'u. Okay, it's a he. Okay. So what he's mocking them. He's making fun of them. Okay. And in this case, Allah is the one that's making fun of them. But then we didn't know that, right? That Allah is doing that. But in this case, the word Allah is the name of Allah is mentioned there. Now, if the name Allah, if this word wasn't there, we would still know it's a he that did it, right? He mocked them. Yes, sorry, he's mocking them. Yes, tahzi'u. Okay, he's mocking them. Okay. What's another one?
Yamuddu.
Yamudduhum. Yes, very good. Okay, yamudduhum. Okay, so it's another verb. Very good. Okay. Now, is there one, do you think, what's the one after the fee? What kind of word is that after? Because it's after fee, so therefore that word is a what? This one here.
In.
Huh?
Is it in? Fee?
Yes, fee is in, which is the harf, right? And because we know it's a harf that comes before this word, I'm asking what word is this?
Tughyanihim is.
Yeah, my wife just whispered the answer there. So remember, what's the rule? What did we say? So, it's an ism, yes. See? Fee, because it's a fee before that word, so the word that comes after it has to be an ism. Okay? Fi turyani. Okay? So in what? Well, in their behavior of going overboard. Okay? They're going overboard. They're crossing the lines. Okay? So turya means to cross the line, to go overboard. Okay? Turya. So that's how it is. Okay, one more. Let's try one more, and we can go to our lesson, inshallah. So let's see if we can find. This will be interesting because we might not. Yeah. Huh. What's the question? Somebody has a question. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So somebody asked here, what ya'mahun? Anybody got? I think we'll need our teacher here to help us out. But what do you think?
Is it a fail? I'm unsure.
Is it a fail? What do you think? What do you think? Then?
It is a fair.
There we go. MashaAllah. Pass the test. It's a fail. Yes. Yeah. Ya'mahuna. Okay. Ya'mahuna. Okay. Let's try. Okay. So this one might be a little challenging because I'm looking at it thinking, this is going to be tough. Say, but let's see if we can figure it out. Where is the fi'l in ayat number 16? Where is the fi'l answer? Remember the rules. Just remember the rules and see if you can.
Tijaratuhum.
Say it again.
Tijaratuhum.
Tijaratuhum. Okay. Tijaratuhum. Our teacher, what do you think? Did she pass the test?
It's a tough one. Tijaratuhum is a noun, means their business.
So the reason why is because this ta, okay, is not added. Okay, it's what is part of the tijara. Tijara is what do you call it? Business, the exchange. So it's not the word. Remember that the word ta in fi'l is actually added to the word, to the three letters, to make it a verb, to make it a fi'l. Okay? In this case, the ta is not added. It's actually part of the root word. Okay? Tijara. And another reason why, which we didn't learn yet, another reason why is because of this, what is called the pronoun at the end. Okay. So that's another way that you could say that, this is because this is saying their business. Okay, tijaratuhum. Or yeah, that's right. Their business or their commerce will not, will not prosper, will not be beneficial, will not be profitable, for example. But that's a good try, because you're looking at the ta, right? You're looking at the ta, which is using the rules. Okay, so where is the fi'l in this one? This is a tough one. Anybody can see.
So a fi'l can start with an alif or hamza.
Another possibility is the fi'l can start with an alif or hamza. Okay, or in other
no.
Yeah. Remember the hamzatul wasl? Sometimes you see that, right? Hamzatul wasl. So if you see a hamzatul wasl in there, it's possible you can, but not all the time, because remember the alif lam is also hamzatul wasl, right? Which is this one here, for example. This is alif lam, so this is definitely an ism. Okay, al-dalala. Okay, it's an ism because it's got alif lam in it. Yeah, but there are others that's not.
What about allazina?
Say it again. Alladina. Alladina is actually
What about
special. You're talking about this one? Are you asking about this one, Sister Fazil?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a topic that we haven't
Yes.
covered yet. It's a special ism. Okay, it's a special ism mabni, which is an ism which does not change its form, but this is a special ism. Now, the reason why this is an ism is called an ism. What is it called, brother Abdurrahman? Ism mausul, right?
Yes, it's mausul.
Yeah, isim mausul. Okay. So this is an isim mausul. Isim mausul means an isim that specifies or connects. Okay, the isim that connects. So this one saying, ulaika. Okay, these people. Okay, they. So that means they, right? So they obviously is an isim because that points to something. They. Okay? So it's an isim mausul. So alladina is actually an isim. But again, we didn't cover that, so don't worry about it.
So this verse has only 3 verbs, and all of them are in the past tenses. So fi'l madi. All of them.
They're all fi'l madi. There's 3 fi'l. See if you can find
Yes.
that. There's 3 fi'l in there. Somebody says muhtadin. That's not any. That's not a fi'l. Yeah. That's for another reason. But anyway, that's a good try, but it's not a fi'l. Well, one reason why you know it's not a fi'l is because it starts with a meme. So remember, fi'l usually starts with what again? Ya, ta, right? Noon. But this one starts with a meme. I don't think we can find a meme that's a fi'l. First fi'l is this one. Okay, that's the first fi'l. Now, does it qualify our rules? Right? What does it qualify our rule? Yes, it does. It doesn't have alif lam. See that? It doesn't have a tanween. Right? It doesn't have a harf before it. Okay? So it's very likely it's a fi'l. Yeah, ishtaraw. Okay, ishtaraw, which means to sell, to buy. Okay, ishtaraw. So they bought. Okay, ishtaraw. What's another one? Brother Abdurrahman will have to help us out here.
Next one is rabihat.
Rabihat. Okay. So again, does it fulfill our rules? Yes. There's no alif lam, right? There's no tanween. It's not a harf. Okay. So therefore, yeah, nicely it's a fi'l. And the last one.
Kanu.
So this is a special kind of fi'l. So
Yes.
don't worry about it. Okay. Kanu is called it's a fi'l, but it's a fi'l that says something like, this is how they were. This is what do. In other words, kuntu, which means I was doing this. Okay, I was like this, for example, kuntu. Kana, they were like this. Okay, so in other words, they're acting like that, right? Kanu, they're acting like that. So that's the third field. So very tough one, but I think you guys did okay. You want to try one more, or we okay? Should we just try one more ayat, or should we just go ahead? Let's just go ahead. I think we're fine. So we'll recap each other. So okay. So next on the lesson is we finish our recap. So now let's now that we know roughly which one is isim, which one is fi'il, which one is harf. Okay. So we put, just like what we did just now, right? We put together these words to make a sentence. Okay, we put together these words to make a sentence, right? So, for example, this is a little simpler one. So this is a whole sentence. Okay, a sentence in Arabic, and let me write it down here. A sentence in Arabic, and let me spell it so you guys can practice this. So, a sentence is a jumla. Okay. Where's I got to open up my keyboard here. Okay. So a sentence is called a jumla. Okay. So a jumla, let me make this bigger. That's what a sentence is in Arabic. Just remember these words. We'll introduce you to some of these common words in Arabic. Okay. A jumla. So the sentence itself, remember, we said it's made up of words, which is like, just like English, it's made up in words. But it's also, remember, we're going to start from the top. We start with a big sentence, and then we break it down, right? So the first thing we need to remember is that a sentence, the words itself, can be put together into fragments, okay? In other words, parts of sentences, a fragment. So when you put together the fragment, it becomes sentence. So from words, a couple of words make up a fragment. A couple of fragments make up a sentence. Remember that? Okay. Again, a couple of words make up a fragment. A fragment is, as I wrote here, is made up of fragments, right? And that's called shu'bun, a shu'bul jumla. That means parts. Shu'bul means shu'ib means part. So parts of the jumla. Okay. So jumla in shu'bul jumla. So let me just copy that. Brother Abdurrahman, you have to remind me how to spell shu'bul jumla here. So I think it's sheen. Let's see. Shu'bul jumla, right? So
Sheen, ayn, ba.
Ba. That should be enough, right? And then we'll put the alif before the alif lam. Okay, so shu'bul jumla, which means fragments. Okay, so this is the sentence, and this is the fragment, okay, of the sentence. Okay. So again, a couple of words make up a fragment, couple of fragments make up a sentence. All right, so let's take a look at an example here quickly, and then we go back to it. Right. So here's an example. Okay. So here we remember what we said, right? So we said that a verb is a sentence, or can be a part of a sentence by itself, right? So here, this is an example of a short jumla. Okay, for example, this one here. Okay, so oops. So this is a fragment. Allahu yastahzi'u. Okay, that's one fragment, meaning that Allah mocked them. Allah made fun of them. Okay, Allah mocked them. Okay, so I guess we could add this. Allah yastahzi'u bihim. Okay, Allah made fun of them. Okay, yastahzi'u bihim. There's one fragment. Okay, so here's another fragment. وَيُمُدُّهُمْ. Okay, here's another fragment. Okay. Now this is of course made up of what? This is wa, and then it's made up of, hey, what is it? What do you think this is? Yamuddu. Is that an
Joint
isim?
conjunctions.
Wa is a conjunction, correct? Sorry, actually, yeah, they're correct. Wa is a conjunction, correct? But this one, I'm asking about this one.
Oh.
So yamuddu, what do you think that is? Isim, fi'il, or harf?
Isim.
You sure? Isim, where's the alif lam? Where's the alif lam? Where's the tanween?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a fail, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so this is another fragment. Okay, yamudduhum. Okay, so what does yamuddu means? Yamuddu means to leave them. Yamuddu, he left. Okay, and then yamudduhum, he left them. Okay, and he left them. Oh, actually, sorry, he is leaving them. Yamuddu is actually fi'l mudari. Okay, وَيَمُدُّهُمْ, he is leaving them. Okay, yamudduhum. So this is a fragment. So how many fragments so far? We got a bunch of fragments here. This is one fragment. Here's another fragment. Okay, all right, here's another fragment. Okay, so fi tughyanihim, one more fragment. Okay, fi means in. Okay, tughyanihim. Tughyanihim means in their, bad behavior, behavior that crosses the line. Their tughyan, their rebellion. Okay, fi tughyanihim. Okay, so that's another fragment. So there we go. So basically, that's how these sentences in Arabic are put together. Okay, so our job as we're learning this is to kind of figure out what those fragments mean. That's basically what we're trying to do. Every time we read the Quran, we're trying to figure out, what does this fragment mean? What does the fragment mean? So that's why I suggest that when you write your notes, at the bottom of your notes, always have a section for vocabulary. Okay, always have a section for vocabulary. So when I'm talking, for example, and I'm saying, oh, this means this, oh, this means this, write it down. Okay, yastahzi'u means this, yamuddu means this. Okay, tughyan means this. So there should be 3 words now at the bottom of your page, of your notes. What does these 3 words mean? Okay, because it adds to your, as you learn, you add to your vocabulary. Yeah? So yastahzi'u, again, he is mocking, right? Yastahzi'u, he is mocking, he is making fun. Yamuddu, he is leaving them. Okay, yamuddu. Tughyan means an action that's overboard, or actions that crosses the line. Okay, a rebellious action. Okay, so tughyan, that's what tughyan means, an action that crosses the line. Okay. Ya'mahun. Okay, ya'mahun means blind, to wandering blindly. Ya'mahun. So just write those words and into your notes, then keep adding to your vocabulary as you go. Okay. All right. So what did we say so far? So far we know that sentences are made up of fragments. The fragments make up a sentence, right? Now let's break up the kinds of sentences. So there are 2 major kinds of sentences. There are a few more, but I'm going to start with this one, the main one. Okay? There are 2 major kinds of sentences. So when you look at the Quran, you can kind of tell, oh, that's that kind of sentence. Oh, that's another kind of sentence. Okay. So the first kind of sentence is called jumlatun ismiyah. Okay. So I'm going to copy that here. Okay. Jumlatun, sentence. What kind of sentence? Ismiyatun. So I'm going to add my Arabic here. Okay. So alif lam. Oops. Not that. Alif lam. Actually, okay, one more time. al-ismiyatun. Okay. So alif again, sin, mim. Ismiyatu. So ya and I think it's ta marbuta. Okay.
It's more proper to call it جملة اسمية or الجملة الاسمية if you
Yeah.
put L either both
Al-jumlatu.
ways or
Let's put
without
the one
it.
as well. Yeah, let's do that. Al-jumlatu ismiyatu. Okay. All right. So this is the first one. So jumla is jumlatu ismiyatu. So the jumla ismiyatu is the what do you call it? English translation of that is, now this is the fancy word, nominal sentence. Okay, nominal sentence. Now what that means is that sentence that starts with an ism. Basically what it means. Okay, and later I'll explain to you how that works. Okay, so the first one is jumlatul ismiyatu, which means the nominal sentence or sentence which starts with an ism. Okay, the second one is jumlatul fi'liyatu. So al jumlatu, copy that and change this. And jumlatul fi'liyatu fi'liyatu. Oh. Okay. Did I spell that right, brothers? Is that right? I think that should be okay,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, so that is jumlah fi'liyatu. So jumlah fi'liyatu, you can guess what this is. What do you think this the other kind of sentence is?
A sentence that starts with a fail.
That's right. Yeah, it's like a verbal sentence. Okay. So a sentence that starts with a fi'l. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. So now we need to add one more. Okay, we need to add one more to this. So just remember that. Let's put a simple, just give you a simple example of the sentence that we know of. So let's go to Al-Fatiha. I think Fatiha is easier. So let's start with that. Okay. So let's do this one here. So this is Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So very clear what the sentence starts with, right? What do you think it starts with? Isim or starts with the fi'l?
Ism.
Yeah, it's very clear. Okay, Alhamdu, it starts with Alhamdu. Okay, so Alhamdu, of course, is an ism because it's alif lam, right? And this is, what does it mean? It means the hamd, right? The hamd of Allah. All hamd lillah belongs to Allah. Okay, the hamd belongs to Allah. Alhamdu lillah. So this is a perfect example of jumlatul ismiyatu. Al-jumlatu ismiyatu. Okay, which is the ism, what do you call it? Nominal sentence. Okay, nominal sentence or sentence which starts with the noun or ism. All right. What about this one? Starts with a, is it jumlah ismiyah or jumlah fi'liyah? Shouldn't be too difficult. Is it jumlah ismiyah, jumlah fi'liyah?
It's jumla ismiya. It starts
Yeah.
with a ism.
Yeah, it starts with an ism again, right? Same thing. Okay, starts with an ism again. Okay. What about this one? Starts with a,
Fail.
yeah, it starts with a fail. Okay, ihdi. Okay, ihdi. Now it's a special kind of fail. Anybody remember what this was? Remember what there are three kinds of fail, right? Fi'l madi, past.
Warrior.
Yeah. Fi'l
Amr.
mudari, present, and fi'l amr, right?
Yes.
And this one is, what is this one?
Warrior.
It's fi'l amr. What it was, yeah. It's fi'l amr. Fi'l amr means to command, to ask, to request. Okay, to request. So this one is ihdina. Ihdi means to say, guide us. Na means us. So ihdi means guide, which is a request. Guide. Tell me, guide me, right? ihdina, guide us. So it starts with a fi'l. Because it starts with a fi'l, this is a jumla fi'liyah, right? Jumla fi'liyah, which is a verbal sentence. Okay. Okay. So okay, let's go to Al-Baqarah. Let's change that a little bit, and just do a few more, just quick, a few more examples, and then we'll go on from there. I want to find something that has. Where is it? I should have looked into that. Yeah, never mind. Let's just go and pick one here. Okay, here's one. Starts with, okay, anybody see that? This jumlah fi'liyah, jumlah ismiyah.
Failure.
Yes, very good. Yakadu, okay, is
Ism.
jumlah fi'l. Yakadu, okay, it's a fi'l. Because there's a ya, you can kind of tell, right? It's a fi'l. Okay, very good. This one, sumum, bukumun, umyun.
Failure. Failure.
Jumlah
Fi'liyah.
fi'liyah. Okay. What does it start with? What is summun? What kind of word is that? Summun.
No, it's an ism.
Yes,
It has tanween.
because of the tanween, right? Summun. It's got a tanween in it. Summun is an ism. So this is jumlah ismiyah. Jumlah ismiyah. Okay, okay, very good. Let's try to find this one is easy, right? Allahu yastahza. We know that already. Okay. I want to find something that's a bit easier because some of this, either for example, is something else, so we don't want to make it too. Okay, so this one starts with a fi, so there's no jumlah harfiyah. There's no, but what comes after that? Isim, right? Because of the fi. So qulub, which means hearts, is an isim. So this is jumlah ismiyah. Okay, jumlah ismiyah, because it starts with an isim. Okay, even though it's got a fi in there, but fi is a half, but because of the fi, this shubh jumlah here, fi qulubihim, is referring to an isim. Okay, fi qulubihim. Okay, last one. Fi'liyah or ismiyah?
Failure.
Yes, jumlah fi'liyah. Okay, yukhadi'una. Yukhadi'una means they try to deceive. Okay, they deceive, they are deceiving. Yukhadi'una, they are deceiving. Okay, all right. Okay, now I told you we have to add something to the jumlah ismiyah. So let's go to jumlah ismiyah. Okay, how are you sure that which one is jumlah ismiyah? Okay, we have to know one more thing. One more thing, and this has to do with the isim. Okay, the isim has many properties. Okay, the isim has many properties. One of the properties, okay, one of the properties is that it has a, I'm going to call this the status. Okay, I'm going to call it the status. What is the status? Is status. Okay, what does that mean? So the status, let me see if I can find the Arabic version. Brothers, do you remember Rafi' al-Nasab wa Jar? What is that principle in Arabic? Brother Al, Brother Abdurrahman, I forget what it is. Yani, I don't have the Arabic version of it.
Hal.
Is it hal? I don't think it's hal.
Hal, yeah.
You think it's hal?
Take,
The
I
fact
think
that
the ضم فتحة كسرة or حركات
yeah,
حركة.
نعم في يعني إعراب يعني في إعراب. So في إعراب is you think it's hal? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Just say we'll figure it out what it is, and I will put in the notes once we find out what it is in Arabic. Okay? But we'll call it status. Okay, call it status. So the status has to do with the role of the isim in the sentence. Okay, the role of the isim in the sentence. Okay. Now, what are the roles of the isim in a sentence? Okay. So there are three roles. Okay. Three major roles of the isim. Okay. And it's either that the isim is either a doer of the act. Okay. The isim is either the doer of the act. And that is called the rafa or raf'un. So let me write that down here in Arabic so that you guys can know what it means. Okay. So the first one, the doer, is the raf'un. Okay. So sometimes it's called rafa, basically. Okay. So let's put this on. So that is either rafa. Okay. Or isim is nasab. Nasab is the detail. I'm going to call this the details. Okay. Predicate. Sometimes. Oh, actually, no. Predicate is khabar. I'm going to leave it out. Okay. Nasab is the detail. Or the object of the act. Okay. Isim is either a detail object of the act, and the word there is nasab. Okay, so get used to this term so that you remember what it means. So nasab is noon, sad. Where's my sad? Okay. Ba. Okay. Nasbun. Okay. So this one is raf'un. Right. Find where's my go? Actually not. Yeah. Raf'un is what I want. There it is. Raf'un. Nasbun. Okay. So, or the other one is it's jarrun. Okay. So it's either that or, and isim is the possessive form. Okay. Or word after of. Okay. Word after of. So these are the three. Okay. So I think that's enough. We'll just introduce it to this week and we'll continue next week on what it is. So let me write what this is in Arabic. So jarrun is simple, jarrun. Jarrun. So it's got a shaddah on top of it here. My shaddah somewhere. Where's my shaddah? Here it goes. Jarrun. Okay. And it's got a fatha. Oh, that's wrong. One more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's jarrun. Okay, let me hear you say this so that you can get, make sure you get it right. So go ahead, Sister Fazia. How do you say these three statuses of the isim? Go ahead.
You mean say how do we pronounce it?
Yeah, go ahead and pronounce it so that we can get it right.
Rafa'un, nasbun, jarrun.
Very good. Brother Arish,
And where is that?
what are the three statuses in Arabic? How do you pronounce them? Help me out here. This one is that one. That's the first one. And then you've got that's the first. How do you pronounce that? So that's
Rafa'un.
yeah, raf'un. So go ahead, Brother Arish. Do you want to pronounce that?
Rafhun,
Yep. The second one.
Nasbun,
Very good.
and Jarrun.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So raf'un,
Are you,
nasbun.
Brother Nick asking, I think status is صيغة الرفع النصب الجر.
Sigha, that's right.
Yeah.
Sigha to rafa.
So,
Very good, very good.
yeah, so when you do doer in Arabic, it's fa'al,
Yeah,
the doer.
yeah. Very good.
Then the object is مفعول به, and the
مفعول
last one
به.
is صيغة الملكية, possessive.
Yeah, for jarrun. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, brother. So let's maybe add that again. So we don't have to add. I'll explain this more, but the word that brother L was talking about is sirah. It's like that, I guess. So siratul means the status. So I'm using the word status here to indicate the role, right? What is the role of that word in a sentence? Okay. So raf'un, nasbun, and jarrun. Okay. Now let's take a look at how do you know which one is raf'un, which one is nasbun, which one is jarrun. I'm going to give you 3 simple rules. Very simple. We'll add to that rules later, next time. Yeah, but just add first. So you know that the word is raf'un when the last letter, put it into, when the last letter, okay, the last letter has a dhamma. Okay, and the last letter has a dhamma is a raf'un. Okay, this one, nasbun, when you know that the last letter of the word is a fatha. Okay, and this one is when the last letter of the word has a kasra. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to add to this. Don't worry. This is not the whole story. Okay. But we're going to add this. But for starters, let's start with that. Okay. So now here's the rule that I wanted to mention here. When jumla fi'liya, okay, jumla ismiya, the nominal sentence starts with an isim that is rafa. Okay, there's additional information. Okay, so when the isim that starts the sentence is rafa, okay, then it's a jumla ismiya. Got it? So I just wanted to add that. So now let's do a bit of exercise and see if we can figure it out. Which one is rafa of the isim? Which one is nasab? Which one is jar? Now remember, what does rafa means? That's the doer. Okay, okay, that's the doer. Fa'il. Okay. What's the nasab? Okay. Nasab is the object that's being acted on. Okay, the detail or something that describes what's going on and the objects that are on. So this is the maf'ul bih, that means the acted on. Okay, and the last one is the word after of. Okay, the word after of, meaning that, for example, when I say something like this, when you say my teacher, okay, that's actually saying teacher of mine, isn't it? Right? That's saying teacher of mine. So the word after of, this one is automatically what?
Doer.
No, after of. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's automatically jar. Got it? What is after of? After of is mine. Okay, so for example, this is his shoes, for example, right? His shoe. Yeah, shoe. That's also in Arabic, it's a shoe of him, for example. Okay, so shoe of him. So the word after of is him, right? Yeah. So him is the one is jar. That means he has a kasra. Okay, he's got an e. He's got a key after. Okay, now. Correct. Yes, you have to say it's teacher of mine because it's after of, right? So in English, you say my teacher, right? But the way it's written and spoken in Arabic is you say teacher of mine. Okay, and you say, well, that's my teacher in English, right? So it's a little different. But I'll give you some examples so that you understand what this is talking about. Okay, so let's go into some examples here. All right, so you know what? Let's do it in English. There we go. Let's do it in English. Let's do some exercise in English. That would be better. Okay, so let's do some exercise in English, and then we transfer into so some English exercises for status of the isim. Okay, all right. So here we go. Number one, my teacher, okay, drinks chocolate milk regularly. Now, I want you to use all the knowledge you know so far, okay? All the knowledge you know so far to break this sentence down into which one is isim, which one is fi'l, which one is harf. And then add to that, okay, which one is rafa, which one is nasab, and which one is jar.
Jar.
Okay, so this is in English. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so first of all,
My teacher
very good. So this is also, remember, teacher of.
mine.
Mine.
Okay, so which one is which? So obviously, which one is the rafa? Which one is the jar? Which one is teacher is now isim, right?
Yes.
Correct? Okay, all right. Now, isim has three roles, right? Has
Mhm.
three roles. It's either doer.
Teacher is doer.
Say it again. Say it again.
Doer.
Yeah, it's a
Rafa,
doer. Correct.
teacher.
Yep. Teacher is a doer, correct? The teacher is doing it, right? So which one is it? Rafa, nasab, or jar?
Jar. Teacher of
Rafan.
mine.
Rafan.
It's Rafa, yes. So this is isim Rafa.
The teacher.
Okay, the teacher, just the teacher. I'm talking about the teacher here. So this one here, teacher is isim Rafa. Okay, now, where it happened to the teacher of mine? So this one is isim Rafa, right?
Mine.
Yes, this one is the jar. Okay, so this is, this is also an isim, which is me, right? But this is isim jar. Okay, so this one, this one here is isim jar. Okay, all right. So that was a bit too complicated to start off with, but sorry about that. but let's go to the simple one. Okay, what about this one?
Drinks.
What is that?
L.
Yes. Okay. Fail. Okay. Now, remember, we said that this is the doer, correct? Okay. This is the doer. Okay. So, what do you call it? So this is the fi'il, this is the doer. So this is the fi'il, correct? Now, this one is what? Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Let's first of all, let's figure is isim. Isim
Action fail.
is an action.
No.
Chocolate milk is an action.
Chocolate milk is the name of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be a isim.
Noun, right?
Yes, it's a noun. Yes, chocolate milk is a noun, right? It's an isim. Okay. Now, what did we say about isim again? Three roles, right? Three set statuses. It's either the doer.
Mhm.
One that's-
Isim Nazbun.
Or possessive.
Yes, this is the
Is it
object. Which is
Nazbun?
which word?
Details, objects, or
Yes, this is the nasab. Okay, isim, nasab.
Nasab.
Okay, this is the detail or the object of that action. So this is the action, fi'il, which is the action, right? The action. So this is the chocolate milk is the isim nasab, right? Chocolate milk is the isim, and in what role or what status is got?
Nasab.
Nasab. Very good. Okay. What about this one? Regularly. What kind of word is that?
Isim.
Isim.
Yes, very good. It's an isim. Why? Because it is a name for that describes
Yeah.
the drinking, right? Because it's a name, it's an isim. Okay. So this is also isim. Okay. Now you tell me, which role do you think this is?
Nasab.
Very good. It's a nasab. Isim nasab. Why?
Because it tells you about the detail.
It tells you about the details of
How
how
the
is
does
that.
it.
There we go. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so that's how you break it down. Okay, you got the sentence, the whole sentence. My teacher drinks chocolate milk regularly. Okay, first thing is, which one is the isim? Which one is the fi'l? Okay, and then what is the status of that isim? Okay, what is the status of that isim? Okay, let's try one more. He doesn't like vegetables or fruits. Okay. Let's start with the easy one. Which one is the fi'l, the action?
He, no,
The action.
Like.
like.
Like. Yes. Okay, so that's easy. So that one we know. That's the fi'l. Okay, our action.
Mm.
All right. Okay. So now let's figure out the isim, because now we have information about isim, right? The different kinds of isim, right? Or the different status of the isim. Okay. Which one is the isim rafa?
He.
Yes, very good. Isim rafa is he. Why? Because he is the
Doer.
doer. Okay, isim rafa. Okay, the doer. All right. Actually, I should say like, doesn't like. So it's this one. Doesn't like is both.
Mm.
Okay. So doesn't like is the FL, yeah, doesn't like. All right. What about this one? Vegetables or fruits? It's what kind of
Isim.
word? It's same, obviously. And what is status? It's same what?
Detail. It's a
It's
nasab.
nasab. Very good. Very good. What about the fruit?
Nasab.
The same. Very good. There we go. We're getting there, I think, right? So this is the same nasab. Okay. Okay, now let's add a few things to this. Because it's same sorry, because it's rafa. Let's start with this one here. Because it's rafa, right? Because it's rafa here. So which vowel do we use? A, I, or U? The he here. This is rafa. So which is A, I, or U?
Ah.
Somebody says A, somebody says U. Which one's right?
Ooh.
Of course, my wife is always right. So the answer is a dhamma. Who? He becomes who. Right? Who doesn't like vegetables or fruits? Okay. So the who will have, the he will have a u at the end of the letter, at the last letter. Okay. Because it's rafa, it's the doer of the action. Okay. So if you guys remember going to the first lesson, that's what we did. Okay. When we said the I and U is the doer. But I mentioned that, but here we're going into details about how that works. So so let's do one with a jar in it. We did this jar already, but another jar. Okay, I'm gonna okay. We are studying Arabic. Studying Arabic in this in class. Okay, in the class. All right, started in the class. All right, so this one
Isim.
Isim, very good. And then what status?
Isim rafa.
Rafa. Okay, doer. Okay, and what about this one? So
Are studying is isim nasab.
studying is Isim Nasab.
Sorry. Fail.
Yes. Remember, fail doesn't have nasab.
Yeah.
Or fail is just fail. Okay. So this is just fail. So fail doesn't make sense for fail to have a doer or not. A fail cannot be a doer because that's the action. So our studying is the fail, the action. Just remember that. So fail does not have rafa, nasab or jar. Okay. Okay. Arabic.
Arabic, it is isim nasab.
Very good. Okay, so this is isim and this is nasab. Okay, what about this one? In the class.
It's fail.
What do you think?
In the class, it
In the class. So the class is an isim, right? Okay. And it's got a fee in it. Okay.
yes.
It's got a fee in it. Okay. So and because it's got a fee in it, and this is something that I guess I shouldn't have. I think I made this a bit more complicated than it should. You know, let me delete that. I think I made a mistake here. I shouldn't, because I wanted to put the jar here too, but I told you that jar for isim, right? So jar for isim is only after off, and there's no after off in here. So let's scrap that one. I wanted to have the other jar, right, brother Alan? But I think I'm confusing them. So let's leave that.
You can leave. You can take the in class just the where
Yeah, in class fee. I was gonna say, you know, fee in class, and the class will be the jar. But then I told them that the isim, the three, of course, is the isim is at off, meaning that the possessor, right? Because we were told that isim is the possessive form. The jarrun means possessive form. Okay, and we'll stick with that, and later we'll add more to it. So, but anyway, you guys did good. So this is basically the how we. So what we learned today, in summary, what we learned today basically is that we know a few things. Number one, words in Arabic make up the fragments in a sentence. Okay, make up the fragments in a sentence. And the fragments, several fragments, make up the sentence itself, right? Several fragments make up the sentence itself. And we have two kinds of sentences, jumla ismiya, nominal sentence, jumla fi'liya. Okay, let me just finish up very quickly with the kind of the insight. What is the point of this? Why are we, you know, why are we so stuck up with trying to figure out whether jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya? And I'll explain that by looking at the Quran here. Okay, so let's go back to Al-Baqarah, actually Al-Fatiha. Okay, and go to, okay. Okay, so here we go. So the reason why jumlah fi'liyah and jumlah ismiyah is important, okay, when we read in the Quran, is because of the fact that in Arabic, and brothers Al and Abdurrahman, correct me here if I'm wrong, okay? The normal structure of the sentence is jumlah fi'liyah. This is a normal structure of the Arabic sentence. Most Arabic sentences will start with a fi'l, okay? The natural Arabic sentence. So when you have jumlah ismiyah, you are actually, it's actually an abnormal structure. It is an abnormal structure because you're trying to stress something. You're trying to make a point. You get what I mean? Okay, you're trying to make a point. And that's why Al-Fatiha starts with jumlah, lots of jumlah ismiyah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to make a point. Okay, so Allah uses unusual structure many times in the Quran. In jumlah ismiyah, where the sentence starts with an isim, is an unusual structure. So the Arabs are like, oh, let's pay attention to this because this is so unusual. I want to understand what Allah is trying to say. Okay? And that's why Allah does that. So that's the Arabic lesson, the grammatical lesson behind that. So that's why Al-Fatiha says Alhamdu. Okay? The praise. Okay, the hamd, not actually the praise, the hamd. So what does hamd means? Hamd means two things, not just one, two things. Okay, so alhamd is a thana wa shukr. Okay, alhamd means thana wa shukr. Thana means what? Thana means to praise, and shukr means to be thankful. So when you say hamd, the hamd, you say all the praises and all the thanks belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, and that's why you start with jumlah ismiyah. Okay, now there are very few things in the world that have these two together, and of course Allah has both together. So for example, you look at a car and you say, oh, that is a very nice car, right? So you say that car is beautiful or nice. Okay, So you're praising the car, right? But you don't say thanks to the car. You don't say, oh, thank you, car, right? While you're praising, you don't do that. You're just praising the car. You're not thanking the car when you're praising the car, right? Same with sometimes, you have maybe you have a bad relationship with your parent, with your father. So you don't praise your father because your father's, maybe treats you bad, but nevertheless, you are thankful to your father. Okay, so you are thankful to your father. You have shukr. You're thankful to your father, but you don't praise. For example, Ibrahim alayhi salam obviously was very thankful to his father, right? But he does not praise his father because his father is the one that manufactures the idols and in fact tried to kill him, right? So obviously he does not praise his father. But Ibrahim alayhi salam still is thankful to his father. That's why he asked for forgiveness for his father to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So one of the few things in the world and outside the world, obviously, that has both thanks and praise is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank and we praise Allah. And we put it in Jumla Ismiyah when we want to do that. Okay? We use Jumla Ismiyah to describe, to explain how important it is for us to understand. So Alhamdu Lillahi Rabbil Alameen. And here, Ar-Rahman, again, Jumla Ismiyah. Allah is the most compassionate, okay? Ar-Rahim, most loving. Okay? So again, Jumla Ismiyah. Okay? Now, this is an important thing. A sentence is not the same as an ayah. Okay? A sentence is not the same. So here's another lesson. A sentence is not the same as an ayah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen actually is not the complete sentence. Okay? Why? Because this sentence actually should continue this. You say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Now, why do I say that? I say that because look at this. What did we learn just now? Ar-Rahman, okay? Rabbil, Rabb, which is God, right? Alhamdulillahi, Rabb. And what did we say about the three status? It's what again? Doer,
The word details and
details, and
possessive form.
possessive, which is after off, right? Okay, so what is the possessor of that Allah has here? Alhamdulillah, lillahi. Okay? Allah possesses hamd and shukr. Sorry, Allah possesses hamd. In other words, the hamd belongs to Allah. Allah possesses it. And that's why this is a jar. See that? Okay, this is a jar. This is a jar. Okay, it's a kasra. It's a jar. Allah possesses what? Compassion. Allah possesses what? Love. Okay. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Okay. So that's where the grammar comes in, the understanding of the grammar comes in. Okay. And one more thing, I think that's enough, inshallah. So just to give you an idea of why we study the grammar and how important it is when we, when we see the difference between Jumla Ismiyah and Jumla Fi'liyah. Jazakumullah khairan. Let's stop the recording here. And